We are live and in living color. Oh, sun behind us. Oh, this wind today and every day. Oh, Lord. Oh, excuse me. Oh. Listen to nobody. Pentacles in reverse. Queen of Wands in reverse. Page of, or no, excuse me, not page. Knight of Pentacles. I'm going to attempt to do this here with this wind. Since, got the Wheel of Fortune and the Lovers on the bottom of the deck. Jesus, Mary and Joseph. Lovers has been coming out an awfully lot here recently. Are we loving ourselves? There's another, well, there's a page. Knight of Pentacles and Page of Pentacles. Chariot. Huh. Almost feels like the knight's one person and the page is another person. But there's movement on both of them. Coming out of stagnation. With the Six of Wands. In reverse. Coming out of stagnation. 3, 4, 5 on the clock. Four of Wands resting. Five, 5, 5. As Slipknot says, if you're 5, 5, 5, then I'm 6, 6, 6. Oh, the joys of sirens. Huh. I hate to be this way, but I'm feeling like that stained glass right there. It honestly feels like somebody's going to try to come back and, for lack of a better term, beg. Honestly, that's what it feels like. Queen of Cups, the Emperor, Judgment, and Four of Pentacles in reverse. Looking at something. Hey, what's going on? How you doing today? 7:17 on the clock. Oh, shit. Judgment, Four of Pentacles. Queen of Cups, Emperor, Judgment, Four of Pentacles. No longer holding on. So I'm getting somebody is sitting here reconfiguring, looking at, dare I say, what they had? Interesting. Interesting. What's going on? I am vertical and breathing. It's been fun. How you doing? Been a minute. It's been fun, that's for sure. Six of Cups. Hold on a second. We got EMS sitting here playing with their sirens, so give me a second. It doesn't help that there's a hospital, like, legitimately right across from the park, so. Page of Swords, ugly upright, Wheel of Fortune. Getting new intel? That's going to lead you to make the decision that you need to make. What's that? It's rolling through punches. Amen to that one, seriously. Oh yes. Always be thankful and grateful. Always. Regardless what it is, how big it is, how small it is, doesn't really matter. It can always be worse. It can always be worse. That is for sure. Yep, just Nine of Pentacles. Knowing one's worth. Gee. Oh yeah, trust me. I've had a crash course in this shit. Ace of Swords and the Nine of Wands. Thank you for the like. Oh, I think my biggest issue right now is it's frustration. Frustration because just tired of not working. Tired of being broke. Tired of not being able to take care of what I need to take care of. Tired of being in the shelter. You know, just sitting here trying to power through and keep focused and, you know, just don't let shit get to me. Because better's on the way. It's just waiting for it. That's what sucks. 11-11, make a wish. You know, just sitting here, just trying to sit here and get stuff figured out and be able to move on and not go insane. Nine of Cups. Nine of Cups. Knowing one's worth. Five of Cups. And that came out sideways. Struggling with concepts. Struggling to understand why. That's what I'm getting. You know, I figure, you know, you want stuff done, you gotta get out here and do it. Can't always be holding on to that 10 of Wands, 12-22, 12-21. Henceforth, why I have more lives now since I can go live on the phone. I don't know when that changed. But yeah, I don't really feel comfortable in doing like actual videos, and plus I only have 2 decks now. And no money, so I can't exactly go buy a deck. Hello to whoever joined. You know, just sitting here, just rolling with the punches, doing what I gotta do, checking on stuff, doing me. Hello again to whoever just joined. If you would like a read, all the info is in the description box. Because right now I'm just sitting here just flipping through the cards, and if one flips over, Nine of Swords. Fast moving energy. Well, fast moving energy, but more of like on a logical aspect with the brain. Somebody's thinking about stuff, doing this and doing that. Hello! How are you doing today? Oh, 3 of Wands, excuse me, in reverse. Almost getting a kind of like not looking on the inside, but because you're at that point, because you can only do so much self-work to yourself in general before you gotta have that outside perspective. Couldn't think of the damn word I was looking for. You know, kind of like the Five of Swords. Yeah, they came out in reverse. Yeah, there's no more fighting or anything. Just you're looking for that outside perspective, and you're not, and it's not worth fighting for it. Seven of Cups. Choices. But it's not so much choices, it's what works best for you. Seven of Wands came out sideways. Not really being defensive, just, you know, you're, dare I say, stationed. Going on, peeps. Got 4 in here now. Woo! 4, stability. Page. Now, this could be one of two things. This could be you showing up for yourself in general, or this could be somebody coming in and saying, hey, home slice, this is what I get. Because if you notice, it's almost like they're out in the open. They're sitting here, just open land behind them, and like, just like this is what I can bring to the table. This is what I have. Not so much take it or leave it, but can you work with it? 1711. I have been seeing 1s, 2s, Jesus, Mary and Joseph. Hell, walking over here, it was like every other car, the license plate was sinks. Let's see here. What else we got going on here? Page of Swords came out again with the Queen of Pentacles this time. Looking at what you have and understanding as long as you keep on the track you're going, I'm being drawn to all the little birdies up there. The little birdies that are coming in. You know? Just in general. Huh. Yeah. Yellow is really standing out to me. 3 people. To an extent, yes, you have to incorporate both your light side and your dark side. In essence, I don't know if you guys can see that, but I have a yin-yang on my wrist. The yin-yang. If you have good, you have to have evil. But the only thing is you have to understand that you have to incorporate the darkness into your light side. It's not so much making it conscious, because we all know we have a dark side. That's kind of already conscious thought. Negative thoughts, negative outcomes, this, that, and the other. But it's just more of a acceptance, if you will. Acceptance of, okay, this is part of me, but on the same hand, how can I capitalize on this? How can I capitalize on this right here? Because once you figure out that you can sit here and you can incorporate your light with your dark, and in essence, for lack of a better term, become gray, 2022 on the clock. Queen of Wands in the reverse, followed by the Knight of Swords. Queen of Wands, Knight of Swords. It's almost like somebody's trying to come in, but you're not even looking at them. You know, oh shit. Seven of Swords. It's like, it's almost, I'm almost getting a, I'm not carrying your ass anymore. You want to sit here and do something, then sit here and do it. Don't think about it, do it. King of Wands. Looking at, he is straight up hardcore staring at that wand. Oh. Straight up hardcore staring at that wand. But yeah, no, I've been coming here for, what, a couple weeks now, something like that. Ten of Pentacles. Looking at what you have. Four of Wands is in reverse because you're working on stability. Magician's in reverse because you're putting pieces together. Because you're realizing with the Page and with the Two, you're no longer juggling any of that. You're looking at it because the Eight of Cups. Walking away from your past. 22:22 on the clock. Yeah, just decided to start coming down here. Well, basically make a long story. There's the Two of Pentacles. It's almost like I'm getting a, like, you know, that's in essence what you're trying to get to, but you're looking at this to make sure that you got everything done and everything to where you need to have it, to where you can move on. No, I had a little Ace, Seven of Wands, Loving Yourself with the Lovers, and Wheel of Fortune. I had a little snafu, if you will, a couple months back. I need a drink in my cup, my phone holder. I had a quote-unquote karmic cycle I had to complete, I guess, because that's what it wound up, I think, actually, honestly being. And that went south and took, what, about a month to get myself back up and running. And then, honestly, I just got tired of being inside the shelter, so I was like, screw it. Everybody at the shelter goes one of two ways, so it was relatively easy to figure out which way to go and not run into any of them. And plus, I just like peace. I just like, you know, I don't mind chaos, because you got to have chaos in general. You got to sit here and, you know, chaos is what drives us. It's like I tell people, flat out. You can be positive. Be positive. Please be positive. More power to you. But the thing is, Seven of Pentacles, looking at what you've done. Realizing how far you've come. I think that's because with the videos I've been watching here recently and the ones that have came through, it's we need to make sure that we are giving ourselves credit and not letting the chains hold us. Because if the change holds us, that's going to bring us into the Ten of Wands. We don't want that. Because that puts us right back where we were. Listen to the people that you trust. Don't let it keep you up at night. But you can be positive. It just like I say, everybody's come across those people that were, that are just always smiling, always happy. The ones that you just, for lack of a better term, the ones that just drive us batshit crazy. I know they drive me batshit crazy. Because the way I look at it is, you can be positive all you want to, which is fine, be positive. I'm a very positive person. But guess what? We live in the 3D. We live in reality. We live on planet Earth. I don't care if we're spiritual beings having a human experience. It don't matter. But you've got to live in reality. You've got to sit here and understand that not every day is going to be a winner. You're going to have to face negativity. You're going to have to overcome that shit. Plain and simple. It's just like with me. I could be sitting here not doing a damn thing, boo-hooing, and, oh, poor, pitiful me, blah, 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 blah. Which we all have those moments. It's called being human. Okay, fine. Just don't stay there. Don't stay there. Recognize it. Understand it. If you fucked up, admit your mistake. Figure out how to fix it, if you can. And if you if you get the luxury to fix it, understand where you went wrong. Understand what you need to do to make yourself be a better person than you was yesterday. Four of Wands. Four of Swords. Blah. Followed by the Ten of Cups. See, you're in a holding pattern. Because we're all after that. But you're in a holding pattern. Five of Pentacles. In the reverse. Almost like you're being shown the way. The door is, dare I say, within reach? You just have to look. Go through it with a fine-tooth comb, because the world is starting a new cycle up. I mean, it's one of them things that, oh, excuse me, you get out what you put in. As long as you stay true to yourself, be authentic to who you are, and be unapologetic, like me. About, what was it? Back in, right before I went to Florida in 2018, Yeah, right before I went back to Florida in 2018. That was when I, in essence, quit being a people pleaser. Because the situation I was in got toxic quick. It did not pass go. It did not collect $200. There we go. Star, Temperance, Nine of Wands, Four of Cups. Damn. Being illuminated, getting balanced, understanding what you're being shown. You know, it's funny on how the way reality works. You hold all the keys so the chain shouldn't hold you. Yeah, see? You're no longer being defensive. You have no reason to be defensive. You're just doing what you're doing. Do you and only you. What we got here? Sun came out. 31, 33. I've been seeing 333 like it's been going out of style. Been seeing 717 too. A lot. You know, just like with me, you know, I want to eventually Tower in reverse. Followed by the Ten of Cups in reverse. Five of Pentacles. You was out in the cold. Because you wasn't looking. Queen of Cups was underneath that. You know, you gotta take it for what it is. Take it for what it is. Which, let's face the facts of reality, we're human. Humans are not patient creatures. I don't care who you are. Do not care who you are. Humans are not patient creatures. I know my patience has grown big time. In general. You know? And, you know, it's just like, over the course of the last month, you know, the clarity, plus with this new moon that we just had, 7-7 portal the other day. Hello, Mr. Squirrely. Oh, yeah, the wildlife in this town, oh my God. The wildlife in this town has balls of steel. Legitimately. You can like legitimately damn near walk up to squirrels. What's going on, little buddy? Huh? I knew I should have bought a bag of chips. I bought a bag of chips one day when I came out here to do this. Nine of Swords came out sideways. Somebody's starting to get some clarity. But anyway, back to what I was saying. ADHD's a bitch. Like me, you know. Eventually, in time, this is what I want to be doing. Full time. Legitimately. But guess what? You can't do it unless you do it. Regardless if there's 0 people in here, and I'm sitting here talking to myself, or like right now, there's 3 people in here. Hello, Hello, third person. Well, there was 3 people in here. But yeah, no, I mean, you gotta sit there and roll with the punches. You gotta sit there and, you know, it's like, It's like what most bands say. Whether you're playing for two people or whether you're Slipknot, was it in 2000? It was either in 2008 or 2009. I can't. My memory's fuzzy on the year. But the first time that Slipknot headlined Download Festival over in Europe. First time ever. To a Wands in the Chariot. There's no movement because somebody's sitting there looking and thinking and wondering what their next move is going to be. Oh, hold on. What do we got here? Oh, sweetheart, I am just blabbing. I'm just sitting here being myself. You know, sitting here playing with my cards. You know, I'm very thankful and grateful for anybody to come into here, to be quite honest with you. Honestly. Because, you know, quite honestly, we all got to die. Metaphorically speaking, and whenever we die, that's when you get the knowledge. That's when look at that king. Look at the King of Swords. That motherfucker looks straight pissed. Always does. Especially in the traditional tarot deck. It always looks straight pissed. Well, just because you're not happy with the news, then guess what? You are the one that can change it. You know? You are the one that can sit here and, if people would follow their intuition and quit jumping to conclusions. Oh, trust me, I have been sitting here, Ten of Cups in reverse. I've been sitting here, Ace of Wands, doing shit a little bit different than what I normally do. Ace of Wands, Six of Pentacles in reverse. There's no movement. Tower, Hermit. Oh, there we go. And see, Hermit, Eight of Swords, and Tower. You're realizing that, guess what? You can legitimately take that blindfold off and see where the hell you're going. But strength's on the bottom of the deck. You have the strength to pull through this. You know? You do. May not feel like it sometimes. I understand that one, but Knight of Wands in reverse. Magician on the bottom. We can manifest anything. It's a question of, do you believe in it yourself? Is your head in the right space? Or are you saying, I want this, I'm ready for this, but in reality your subconscious is like, no, I'm not, I'm afraid of it. Quit holding up. Slipknot, unsainted. I'm holding on to letting go. That's what we all need to worry about doing, holding on to letting go. Because you can't, my fucking foot's asleep. Oh. Because if you're sitting here and you're sitting here saying one thing, you know, just like I've gotten a couple reads over the course of the last couple of days. I'm going to put them up for a minute. I'm tired of shuffling right this very second. Oh, there we go. Get the circulation back in my foot. You know, it's like with my experience over the course of the last, ass into September, beginning of October. Oh, shit. Whenever I, in essence, met that karmic and everything was going good, and where I went wrong. Oh, that foot's asleep. And uh, and I know where I went wrong on that one. I know exactly where I went wrong on that one. I did the exact thing that I said that I wasn't going to do. And it wasn't the fact that I was trying to avoid it. It was just the fact of that was what I normally would do. I got to get my damn foot. Oh, I got to get blood circulating back in my foot. Oh, shit. My foot's asleep. Give me a second. Oh, there we go. You know, it's like me. One of my major, I'm not even really going to call it a downfall. It's just not a really positive aspect that I was doing. Seeing on how my Venus is in Capricorn. Capricorns show their love by doing. Like, I'm the type that I'll be like, hey babe, I paid the rent. Hey babe, I paid the light bill. Hey babe, I went and got your medicine. Hey, I went and did this. Hey, I went and did that so you didn't have to. My whole thing was when that shit happened, 4141, breaks down to 55. My whole aspect of it was the fact of I was trying to avoid doing the same thing, but by me trying to avoid it, I legitimately made that left-hand turn to actually go right back into it. And in a way, kind of my codependency kind of came back and bit me in the ass. You know, and I just needed to be shown yet again that, hey, no, you need to do it this way. I'm like, oh, okay. Because let's face it, I don't care if you're fixed. I don't care if you're fixed. I don't care what sign you are. I don't care what's in your chart. We all got to do the same damn thing. So, you know, we all got to do the same damn thing in general. Because if we don't, all we're going to do is repeat the same fucking cycle over and over and over again. And that's the point that gets tiring. So, it's like, you got to pay attention to what you're doing. You got to be able to sit here and be like, okay, I know what I did this time around, so here, let's not do this, let's try it this way. You know? So, it is what it is. You live and you learn. Kind of like an old John Michael Montgomery song. Life's a dance. The chorus, life's a dance, you learn as you go. Sometimes you leap, sometimes you follow. Don't worry about what you don't know. Because guess what? This life is an experience. This life is to teach us. This life is to show us 4414. This life is to show us what we need to be doing, how we need to be doing it, just like with the life path number and everything else. Hold on a second. You know, it's... Well, I'm not even going to go as far as to even say that, to be honest with you. Because, perfect example, it's like with me. I was informed that I needed to start doing some stuff that in my personal life that I'm not really helped up on, because I honestly see through the game. I you know, and I'm one to talk about my issues, but most issues, let's face it, you just need to have a good friend to sit there and talk, because let's face it, because, going to therapy, going to a counselor, shit like that, you got to sit here and you got to have a good relationship with a person like that. Well, something on that extent, it doesn't, that shit doesn't happen overnight. 45, 55, 555. And, it's just like one of the lives that I put up about a week ago, maybe a week and a half, 2 weeks ago, something like that. I can't remember exactly when. But it wound up just being me just yakking about getting out of your comfort zone in general. And that's the one problem that we all have, is getting out of that comfort zone. And by getting out of that comfort zone, that's where you grow. Henceforth why I'm doing this. Because, I'm not going to get to be like, in essence, Mike from Ramblin' Mike, or anybody else that I watch, or any tarot reader on this platform, because Rumble ain't got shit, even though I'm on Rumble as well. I haven't posted on Rumble in probably damn near over a year. But you gotta sit here and you got to be able to step out of that comfort zone and be able to charge past that comfort zone. And once you get that feeling of, yeah, that's exactly what it is, and we all know what I'm talking about, that feeling of, bleh. It's just like me with these damn things right here. Okay? I've had these for about a month. And when I was with my last fling, indeed, I was noticing that when I was looking at my phone, I was having problems. I mean, I couldn't even play my Monopoly Go. Okay? Because I was like sitting here with my phone going, shit, I can't see shit. And I went to the eye doctor, which I already knew I needed glasses. I, had glasses back in the 4th grade. No, not 4th grade. What was it? Like 5th or 6th grade, something like that. Oh, excuse me. I wasn't worried about glasses. It's just that, that, yeah. So I went to the eye doctor. Eye appointment took like 15 fucking minutes. I mean, this bitch was fucking straight fast. And you done. And she looked at me and she was like, well, you need bifocals. Do you want me to just prescribe you a pair of readers, or do you want bifocals too? And I was like, well, if I gotta have them, guess what? You might as well give them to me. Plain and simple. Ain't no sense in saying no if I need them. Plain and simply. So now I have bifocals. You know, once again, getting out of that comfort zone. You know, once again, I want to do this full time. So, regardless if I'm talking to one person, like I am now, or if I'm talking to 20, 50, 100, 200, 300, 1,000, regardless. You know, you have to treat it. I have to treat this like I have 100 people in here. Regardless if anybody wants to read or not. Regardless if, you know, I'm making 20 bucks, 25 bucks, 50 bucks, $100. Regardless, I have to do this with the same intention that I would do this if I was making nothing or if I'm making money. Plain and simple. That doesn't matter, because your intention still has to remain the same. As long as your intention remains the same, you build it, they will come. Plain and simple. You know, just like me. Right now, I'm trying to quit smoking. Now that I have no extra added stress in my life. And doing pretty good at it. Vaping a hell of a lot more. Not really smoking a lot of cigarettes. I smoke maybe 5 a day, if that. You know, and 5212, which would be 212. You know, and it's, you know, but you can't be scorned about it as well. Like right now. Yes, I would love to be doing a read right now and making some money. Who wouldn't be? You know, I would love to. But in the reality of it, guess what? That time will come. I gotta sit here and do this and do the exact thing that I want to do. And then in time, I will be able to cross that bridge. It's just, you got to have patience. You gotta have patience. You gotta be able to sit here and fail. You gotta be able to sit here and pick yourself up again. Re-examine what you did. Get to where you can look at this like, okay, I did this time. It's like with my very first channel that I had, that I can't even get into anymore, thanks to the third X. Literally, she's the reason why I can't get into it. Kind of hard not to blame somebody when that's who legitimately did it. And my very first read that I posted, very first one I posted, I legitimately just set some cards down. It was like, I think it was like about a minute long. Didn't say a word. Uploaded it. I think it was, what was it, that night or within like, it was like no more than 2 days, if my memory serves me correctly. And I was sitting there thinking, going, Eric, you sat here and you did this long before my face was even in front of the camera. You're not technically on camera. So why can't you sit here and just do a read? So guess what? I did a read, 5444. So I did a read. And then, this was back when I was still on that twin flame bandwagon that I'm thankful I got off of. And one of the readers I watched, she decided to go live, 5511. Well, she went live, which was shocking to me, so I automatically jump into it. Like, hey, you're live. Well, she made me a mod. Okay, fine, whatever. Give me a drink, sorry. She went live, made me a mod. Well, she decided to go to my channel and share one of my videos. And you can still go back to my other channel. It's the same name. Instead of a blue logo, it's a white logo. And I've always read the same. I've never used signs myself. I think signs are a waste of time myself, because the shit that I get to come through my YouTube, because of the way I have it set up, is it's the message, it's not the sign. And that video, still to this day, that video is still the biggest video that I've ever had done. I think it was like the last time I looked at it was like 274 views or something like that. So, but because somebody helped me, I had one video that got views. So, you know, you have to accept help. You have to sit here, be willing to learn, be willing to listen, be willing to sit here and understand where you went wrong. And the one thing that just drives me batshit crazy is everybody thinks that this little deck right here is fact. Oh my God, somebody's coming back in. That's why I don't do love reads. Because no offense, I don't give two shits about your love life. Your love life does not affect me in the least goddamn bit. It doesn't. And you yourself shouldn't be worrying about your love life either, minus the love life with yourself. Worry about yourself first. Clean up your own damn backyard. Because once your backyard's clean, then that's when you can actually help people. And knowing that to be human is to err. It's just a matter of, are you willing to accept that? And are you willing to do what you need to do as a person living here on the 3D in order to do what is right for you so you can move forward? Just like I had a read come through last night. Damn near 2-hour read. And during this read, which I automatically kind of figured, and I've been feeling, and the thoughts that I've been having going through my head are like almost like they're not my thoughts at all. And it's, you know, she did the past person coming back in BS. And then she said the new person coming in. For once, because she normally just does past like everybody does, or just does a read and then go from there. So it's one of them things that, like, you know, if this person does come back, and this goes for anybody, not just me, if an old person does come back, are you prepared to sit here and stand your ground? Are you prepared to stand here and, for lack of a better term, lay down the law, if you will? Because as long as you're staying true to your authentic self, then there should be no issue. Should be. Doesn't mean that there's not going to be. And I've been online for an hour. Woo! But that's the one common thing that I find with everybody, that everybody's got it twisted and contorted, because it's like, I had a conversation, what was it, about 3 or 4 months ago with an individual. And I looked at this individual and I told him flat out that I know for a fact I will be successful. I will be happy. And I will get my situation changed. It's a matter of time and a matter of how much work are you willing to put in to get out of that previous cycle so you can move on to your next cycle. And most people in this day and age are just so into their own life and not even paying attention to what needs to be done. Not paying attention to, okay, you know what? Screw who you want to be in love with. Let's look at you loving yourself. Let's look at you doing what you need to do to be a better person than you was yesterday. Because once you sit here and once you figure out where you're going wrong and you're willing to make those changes for yourself, it was 1 hour, 2 minutes, and 22 seconds. Once you're able and willing to sit here and figure out what's going on, how it's going, and everything else, and once you basically kick to the curb the people that don't need to be around you, don't need to be doing this, don't need to be doing that, regardless if they come back in or not, as long as you're sitting there going, okay, like the Reeds have been sitting here saying that this chick is coming back in. Which, to be honest with you, I've been feeling that shit for like the last couple of weeks anyway. Okay, fine. Fine. Not a problem. Come on. Bring it. But guess what? When you come back in, whoever you are, it's not going to be the same like it was, by any means. You will legitimately have to prove yourself, prove your worth, prove that you're even worth my time, other than having the initial conversation that that the other person wants to have. Plain and simple. You know, there's nothing wrong with sitting here and going, okay, you want to talk? Okay, we can talk. Don't expect nothing else, but we can talk. Not a big deal. I mean, if you're willing, because you never know, that may be a chance for you to grow. That may be a chance for you to expand yourself in general. And if you can expand yourself in general in a good way, and learn, why are you going 1 hour and 4 minutes and 44 seconds? Then why aren't you going to sit there and take that opportunity to make yourself be a better person? Like me, personally speaking. I don't care if it was friends, relationships, or whatever. clockwork, everybody stays in my life for about 6 months, physically in the 3D. Like clockwork. Now, whether that's the point of me learning what I need to learn, then they leave, or whatever the fuck it is, you still got to be willing to learn what you need to learn from that individual. I've been seeing that number like it's going out of style too. Jesus, Mary, and Joseph. This gift is a blessing and a curse. It really honestly is. Because numerology is about as much of a bitch as tarot is. So, 1 hour, 5 minutes, and 55 seconds. So, you just gotta... If you're not gonna bet on yourself, then who's gonna bet on you? Plain and simple. If you're not willing to bet against the house on you, in general, and I'll repeat that, if you're not willing to bet against the house on yourself, flat out, then no offense in just generalized purposes, how do you expect anybody else to bet on you? How do you expect anybody else to take a chance on you, whether it's in a job, whether it's relationship? It doesn't matter if it's platonic, romantic. It does not mean shit. If you cannot bet on yourself and get yourself to where you need to be, then guess what? It's pointless. All you're going to do is sit there and repeat the same cycle over and over again. All you're going to be doing is getting frustrated, pissed off at yourself, depressed, throwing a self-pity party, doing this, doing that. Know your worth. Because if you don't know your worth, and if you're not willing to know your worth, then guess what? Ain't nobody going to sit here and tell you what your worth is. Like me. I've been saying since into 2018, when I went down to Florida. And I say this on a daily basis too. I know, me personally speaking, I'm fucking awesome. I know I'm fucking awesome. I'm a damn good friend. I'm a damn good partner. I know what I bring to the table. I know my fucking worth. But if you cannot see this yourself, guess what? That's not my issue. That's your issue, not mine. So until you figure out your worth and know who you are and everything else, then guess what? It's going to be a long, miserable life. I'm 43 years old, and trust me, the first 40 years was not a walk in the park by any means of the sorts. But once you catch on to stuff, once you figure out what you're doing and this, that, and the other, it's not as hard as you think it is. It sucks. It's not fun. But it's not that fucking hard at all. You just got to be able to take that gamble on yourself. You have to bet against the house. You got to look at that house and go, fuck off. Guess what? You don't see my worth, and guess what? Bye-bye. And that's not an insult. That's just a fact of life. Plain and simple. But not a lot of people understand that concept. Not a lot of people understand that 2 and 2 equals 4. People think that, oh, I can do this, or oh, I can do this, or oh, I can do this, or the infamous, I'm not going to talk to you. I've been with you. You should know what the hell's going on. Okay, that's fine. It's just like I watch some shorts on YouTube that, because there's three chicks that have been doing this shit for like last 3 or 4 years, basically being men's advocates, because women in general, not every woman, but women in general, have just become douche canoes, legitimately. And this one chick that I don't really follow her, I just kind of watch her shorts on YouTube. And she'll sit there and she'll play these videos and she'll sit there and, say, oh, blah, blah, blah. Well, there's been a couple of videos that's been on my feed that have been like, these chicks are going, we got to go send a search party out because we got to find all these good guys because we're tired of getting the jerks, blah, 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 blah. And chick is like, guess what? They're getting tired of you. Because I guarantee you, I know where these guys are at. They're at home, peace and quiet, with their friends, not being around women because they're getting tired of the BS. Like me. I'm alone right now. You damn right I'm alone. But I'm not lonely. I have figured out on how to be my own best friend. I have figured out on how to sit here and enjoy my own company. Yeah, I get bored fucking senseless. 1:11:55. But on the same hand, I also, there's just certain things like me. Even though I'm homeless right now and I live in a shelter, I still don't like to walk around like a homeless bum. I'm not going to waste my energy. I'm not going to waste my time. And no offense, with it being summer, 1:12:22. With it being summer, if I don't have a reason to sweat my balls off, sorry, I'm not going to sweat my balls off. There's no reason for it. Why am I going to go do something that there's no reason for me to do? Plain and simple. Once again, knowing your worth. Plain and simple. Plain and simple. So, it's just pay attention to the world around you. Pay attention to the way people treat you. Pay attention to the way you're doing things. Pay attention to your thought process. Are you having more negative thoughts than positive thoughts? And know the difference between a negative thought and a positive thought. Know the difference between a thought of, is it just you being negative or is that you being truthful? Because, there's a thin line between being negative and being truthful. There really is. Hello, number 2. And when you're looking at it that way and you change that mindset, because, you need to have a positive mindset, but like I said in the beginning of this live, having a positive mindset's one thing, but living in the 3D and accepting reality for how it is, and the people in it, and the people that are in your life and affecting you, is a completely different ballgame. Flat out. And if you're not going to sit here and you're not going to acknowledge that part of the good ones compared to the bad ones, like, you have this friend that does this, this, and this, and this for you. Then you have this friend that doesn't do shit for you. Look at what's going on here, okay? If one friend over here is sitting here and matching you as best as they can, and they're bringing what they can to the table, it may not be equal grounds, which is fine. But as long as they can bring to the table and match you with what they can match you on, should be no harm. But you have this friend over here that is literally, guilt tripping, gaslighting, manipulating, doing this, doing that. Like hey, can you do this? No, I really don't have time. Well, blah, 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 blah. And then don't put yourself in that position. Look and see what's going on, how it's going on. And if they're not bringing to the table to the best that they can, it's just like this. I could be sitting in here doing free reads if I wanted to. Easily. But guess what? My energy's not cheap. My energy, I have to replenish. So by me having to replenish it, guess what? I don't do free reads. I mean, I will. Worst case scenario, and depending on what the situation is. But for the most part, no, I'm not going to do a free read. I'll sit here and dick around with the cards and, be like a normal tarot reader doing a collective reading. Okay, fine. That ain't nothing. But like reading one-on-one or in a live like this, no, I'm not going to sit there and go, hey, Bobby. Or hey, Sarah. You want to read? Here we go. I got you. I mean, every once in a great while, okay, I can see that like any other reader does. But for the most part, no, I'm not. And what most people don't realize is, they don't understand the fact of, it's, they just see some random person slinging cards and doing this and I want one of those. Okay, well then guess what? You know what you have to do. So, it's just all a matter of what you're willing to do. What are you willing to do? How far are you willing to go? Before enough is truly enough. Just like I charge typically between $15 and $20 for a read, depending on what kind of mood I'm in. Like right now it says 15. Tomorrow it may be 20. I don't know. Next day it may be down to 15. Just depends on what kind of mood I'm in. So, and that's the one thing that people don't understand is, I want this. Well, you want this, what are you going to do for it? Yeah, it's being selfish, but in a way, don't we have to master the art of being selfish and yet selfless at the exact same time? Which most people don't want to do that work either. Because, let's face it, in this day and age, nobody really wants to do any kind of work. We're in a throwaway society. So, but I think that's going to be about it for today, folks. I've been on here for roughly about an hour and a half, so I got a busy next couple of days, so probably be a couple of days before I make it back over here to come back online, so, but until next time, peeps, namaste.